on a apporté un rapport d'appui à la proposition. Puis on est extrêmement excités de l'opportunité de pouvoir mettre en œuvre un projet qui, dans le fond, répond à les priorités stratégiques de l'administration. Principalement de pouvoir promouvoir le développement économique local, de pouvoir promouvoir le tourisme, de pouvoir offrir des espaces communautaires et finalement de pouvoir mettre en valeur le patrimoine de Clarence-Rockland. Donc, sur ça, là, dans le fond, j'invite M. Villeneuve de pouvoir présenter le projet comme tel.
So, just to recap in English, this is a presentation regarding the Bourget train station. Would you be mind?
Sorry.
Just maybe.
Sorry.
No, no, it's okay.
So, so to recap in English, we are very pleased to be able to present a project proposal to restore the Gare de Bourget. Essentially, through many discussions between the administration and the Corporation du Sentier Récréatif, we've been able to establish a project proposal, which they are going to present tonight. And we're really excited about the opportunity to be able to actually achieve this project that addresses a lot of the organization's strategic priorities, especially tourism, improving local development opportunities, and offering some community spaces, and finally putting in value the heritage of Clarence-Rockland. So,
Perfect. Thank you so much. Monsieur Villeneuve.
Bonjour à vous tous. Merci pour l'occasion de vous parler. Je vais juste prendre une minute pour faire un recap de ce qui s'est passé. À l'été dernier, M. le maire m'a approché au marché de Clarence-Rockland pour discuter de la gare. Parce que vous voyez,
Unofficially, by the way.
Unofficially.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I was not negotiating.
No.
I just
to
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Her hand's about to go up. So
it's just to look at potentially that project. Went back to our standing committee because that project had to be aligned with our own pillars. As you saw today, we have 4 pillars, and it met 3 of our pillars because our goal is really to help the community. Doesn't matter with anything we do, it's for the community. And this was a great project. So our board agreed to do that, and with super speed, we were able to meet everybody and move this along, and we already have a plan. We have another partner. It's Herman Markle from Bourget Train Station Limited that will present you what the thing will look like, potentially.
merci.
So our role is we were only in the middle to do the facilitating part.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Well, you actually brought that up, Aaron, if you want to come to the mic, but I just want to actually recap so to put everyone's mind at ease. It was literally because we had started talking about the train station, how important it was to Bourget and how important it was to the city. And I said, if council would agree to pass this off to someone who could do it, and sometimes the best thing we can do as a city is get out of the way. Because anytime that we go out to bid on anything, we're going to pay, the bidders will come in at 4 or 5 times the price as what it is because we're a city, and that's unfortunately how it works. So the goal here was literally to just start a spark and to see if it would take off and the benefit of greater use of the train station. So Aaron, over to you. I just wanted to make sure council understood.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Let's set this up.
My presentation will be short and sweet. I'll be open for questions at the end. I apologize, it will be in English. We're here to present the Bourget train station, our view and our vision for it moving forward. The next slide, please. There's 3 strategic partners that are involved in this. My partner, Brad Cartier, he cannot be here today. He's actually in California on business for him. Myself and my other partner, Stéphane Decaire, who is also here. We can jump to the next. I wanted to talk a little bit about who we are as business people, what we're involved with in this township and in this town. For those of you who don't know me, I own several businesses, and they are all factored only in Rockland. I only build and work in Rockland. My primary business is a construction company. I wanted to highlight a few of the things that we do so that you understand a little bit about where we're coming from to be involved with this project. The Hammond Hill Eco Resort represents 62 acres at the east end of the Hammond Golf Course. We built that during COVID. We're very proud of that. We've managed to keep it open through the derecho storm, which we're also very proud of because that was a very big challenge. We are the first eco park that we know of in the world. We're off-grid, we use solar, we do water reclamation. We have Mongolian yurts, we have jupes, we have tents, and we will soon be introducing a tiny home village up there. So we're pretty proud of what we've done there. We will be one of 4 companies featured in the Ottawa Tourism fall and summer campaign. I can't show you the video because it's not released yet for the public, but there's a very good 2-minute video that kind of highlights everything that's happening and the storm and everything that happened at Happen Hill. We also own and work on a company called Small Living Company. We build and design tiny homes. We have a full 2,000 square foot showroom at the Hammond Golf Course. We just went live to the public 3 weeks ago, and we've sold our 10th home as of today. My partner Steph and I, we were in front of council 5 years ago, 6 years ago, to open the Broken Stick Brewing Company. It is also at the Hammond Golf Course. We're the first microbrewery to be located at a golf course in Canada, the second in North America, and it was a big part to help for the council here. As a construction guy, we have several projects, again in Rockland. We're in the process of building 11 units on Laurier Street. We also have 16 units, hopefully, to go into Albert Street. And my partner Brad and I, we own the house right next to the church, and we're in the process of turning that into a yoga studio. And my wife actually runs a little medical spa in the basement, yes. I want to touch on something that I've done on, because this is an older building. The Billy Bishop building is downtown. It's at 5 Blackburn. I've actually renovated that. That used to be the headquarters of Heritage Canada. And I wanted to accentuate that because we're talking about an old building that has to be renovated and made to look like it was before. I did $1.5 million dollar renovation over 2 years. So when it comes to heritage stuff, I actually know what I'm talking about in that. And the last thing that I'm probably my biggest passion project is eco-construction. I've redone all of my business modeling. My new catchphrase is rethink construction because I think we can do better. So everything we do now, every project that I take on has a component of eco messaging and construction to make a difference. And it's to make a difference in my community and for my children. The reason that I'm personally involved with this project is this picture. It was very hard to find pictures. Most of them are black and white, but there's not every day that you have the opportunity to rebuild something from history. We're talking about something that is over 100 years old, and our entire plan is to bring it back to what it was 100 years ago. So as if you could walk back in time. So that picture is the reason that I'm excited and the reason that I hopefully can convince people that this is a good idea. We love the fact that we can partner with the Trail Association. We love the fact that it's an outdoor facility that we're going to be able to encourage eco-tourism, which is, like near and dear to my heart, obviously. And it's right on the trail. Like we have the opportunity of accessing Bourget. There's new developments. There's a little bit of older community. So there's the opportunity for people to come outside and enjoy what is going to be an absolutely fantastic building. We'll jump to the next slide, please. So some of the key elements that we were kind of considering for it. So our anchor, our core business would be a community event space. We're hoping to kind of open up the entire space so it actually ends up feeling like one big community center. That maybe we can do events, we can do public speaking, we can do small concerts, we can do a bunch of different things that become very interesting for the community at large. I love the idea of a small cafe and patio, and I want to be clear, we're not talking about restaurant here. We're talking about something to serve some coffee, maybe a panini press. I have no interest in opening a restaurant, but I do know that food is an important component of a stop. We put on there a tap room for obvious reasons. We own a microbrewery. We'd love to be able to actually serve some beer. And as a stopping point, like there really isn't anything else on this trail where people can stop. I think if you're riding your bike, you've earned a beer. That's the way I look at it. We love the model of bike rental and repair shop. Some of the electric bikes that you guys are talking about, people need places to charge them. People need places to fix them and store them while they're just taking a little break. So I think there's a really nice, again, eco tie-in to what you guys are kind of proposing. We're hoping to make the upstairs a little bit bigger, looking for maybe some co-work stations, things like that. I put on their short-term rentals. People that are biking through, maybe from Montreal, maybe they just need a place to stay for the night. They stay on the trail, they're safe, it's quiet, they can have a safe, good space to stay. Historical elements are really near and dear to my heart because we are taking something that was old and trying to make it new. So we'd be reaching out to the community. There's a bunch of stuff in there where we can reclaim a bunch of lumber and tie that back in so you kind of have the feeling of going into that old train station feel, which I think is really amazing. The outside area, we kind of brainstormed some stuff. So we got some picnic tables, potentially a food truck, which might be interesting for the neighborhood. The museum element, we maybe want to reach out to Via Rail. Maybe we can get like a caboose and turn that into something interesting. So I think the outside is beautiful. It's very large. And again, it ties right into the path as people walk by. And I think it's great for the community. So a couple of notes and just action items on our end. I do this for a living, so I'll be pretty close on the costs. It's about $1.6 million to build is what we're anticipating. I put a timeline of 2 years. It's probably less than yet, but I'd rather overpromise or underpromise, overdeliver. Some of the things that we've kind of talked about as a group is some version of a long-term land lease with the trail association, so it gives us a little bit of clarity moving forward on our end. We have reached out on the funding piece. We've reached out to FedDev. They've been very supportive. We reached out to Prescott Russell Bank. We've looked at Ottawa Tourism. So there's a lot of opportunity as we move this forward, and we feel very comfortable that we will be able to find the funding. The partnership model is really important because we're doing this in partnership with everyone in this room to improve my community, and that really matters to me. And then obviously the marketing support is going to be important. We'd like to put this trail on the map. To be very honest, I live in this community. I did not know it was here until I went to see this train. So that tells me it's a little bit short-sighted, and we can probably do a better job as a group in marketing this particular item. And this is a great launch point and a great launch platform to do that, in my opinion. On our end, the next steps, obviously, you're finalizing the funding, some legal stuff, and then some letters of support and intent. So that's kind of where we stand on the entire project.
Excellent. Well, listen, the fact, first of all, the brewery's amazing, the restaurant's amazing, everything you guys build is really great. The tiny homes is amazing as well. You guys are truly an innovative partner in the city, and I couldn't be happier with what you wanted to do.
Thank you.
We've long needed, every village needs that anchor to be able to, bring it back to its, I won't say original, but just something that's historic. And the train station, which we knew because this came up in 2014 when some of us were on council at the time. It was right away something that we knew we wanted to do. But as I said before, the money aspect was going to be absolutely astronomical. If it's 1.6 for you, it was going to be double or triple for us. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really ecstatic to be able to see what it's going to look like when it gets done. If you look at Saint-Jérôme in Quebec, they were able to actually restore their old train station. Mm-hmm. And not only restore it, because it's not really used, but they kept the tracks in certain parts, and they actually built up all around it. And so there's shops and little restaurants and stuff. When back then it was literally a dead zone. There was nothing there but a train station. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're going to do, Aaron. I thank you and your partners for taking this on and having the vision to do it. And it's a great thing for Bourget. It's a great thing for the city of Clarence-Rockland that we'll be able to do something like that. I'll open it up, Monsieur Stewart, and nobody else. So go ahead.
Well, thanks so much for the presentation. Anywhere I go, whether it be Embrun, Russell, Ottawa, when people find out I'm from Hammond, they always talk about Hammond Hill, Broken Stick, or Hammond Golf. They're center points of our community. I can't applaud you guys enough for what you're doing, both for our communities. This is a project that hits every nail on the head. We're talking about eco-conscious. You're looking towards our heritage. It's going to rebuild our economy in those local regions, specifically in rural regions. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Thanks so much for taking the time to invest in our communities. And I had a conversation as well with Councillor Chouanière, who is, me and her are both very supportive of this project. So again, thanks so much and huge congrats.
Thank you.
And I'll finish up just to actually say that when you mentioned Councillor Chouanière, I mentioned that she wasn't here today, but she is a huge supporter, obviously, of the projects that you're doing. She loves the work that she does on the board as well. So I know she wanted me to make sure that everyone knew. Just because she wasn't here doesn't mean she doesn't care. She's representing the city somewhere else as well tonight. So again, thank you so much. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres commentaires, questions? Oui. André, t'avais-tu la main levée? OK, parfait. Go ahead.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to thank you again for the presentation. I feel this is a great initiative. I can see the passion in your eyes. I mean, I'm a huge history buff. I like to see old buildings, but just bring that back to life, but also building that connection with the community, bringing back all those different services to the people, and talking to the people in the community. Everybody wants things to do and like be more involved within the community, and I feel this will bring the whole community together, and I feel this is a great initiative. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
I'll leave it on this. Monsieur Chartrand, the Museum of Clarence Rockland, may have a lot of items that belong to that. I think he collects everything.
Fantastic.
So I think, and I don't mean that in disrespectful, he really does collect everything because he is also a history buff. And so you might want to check with him when you're at that stage
Right.
to see what things he may have in there that belonged in that train station. So
Fantastic.
I wish you well. I wish you all the luck. And again, thank you so much for your
Thank
presentation.
you.
Rapport du comité plénier.